Hello, and thank you for joining me on International Women's Day for Academy Rush. I'm James Patterson, excited that you joined us for the Academy playoff race as it heats up. Per usual, this is your hub for the highlights, while the 4 games will have their own dedicated streams available via the links on your screen here. Let's dive right into the matchups, though, that we've got lined up for the day. Heading into Week 7, no one's locked a playoff spot, so your position in that Academy soup can go up or down in an instant. Joshua Joshi Howard will be following Team Liquid's hot streak as Schernfire tries to keep it going. We'll keep an eye, though, on Deus to see if he can pull through from the top lane in order to pick up a much-needed win for CLG. Then, Sam, Cage and the Rage Reggie will lead us through Golden Guardians versus Dignitas, which features another roster swap. Acadian, he's moved to the LCS roster. Greg transitioning back to Academy. This could be the perfect time for a Blaze Olive to get the better of Demonte. Riv will be stepping in for 100 Thieves versus Immortals, where things are getting precarious for both teams as the playoff race heats up. We'll see if Fake God or Alorm can catalyze some consistency in their teams in these crucial last weeks. Meanwhile, Pastry's out there ready to guide us through the battle between Evil Geniuses and FlyQuest, where one win separates these two teams. It could come down to who carries, the solo lanes for FlyQuest, Triple and Revenge, or the bot lane for EG, Deathly, and Matt. Then we wrap things up with our showcase match, TSM versus Cloud9 Academy, where Demonte and Riv will be joining me as these former finalists face off. So now, let's rush right into our first game of the evening, Evil Geniuses versus FlyQuest Academy, where Pastry Time is on the call.
No closer. Going to be in the playoffs for this go-round, so it's been awfully tight here. FlyQuest, one of the few teams actually at the bottom 2 of the standings, but not so far away from Evil Geniuses, one of the many teams ahead of them, currently in a 6th-way tie for 3rd. So an awful lot of room to maneuver for both of these teams, and going to start to see a lot of pretty critical wins on the table for all these squads, especially the ones really wrapped in that deadlock around the 3rd place position. Running over the draft really quickly for you all. The bans on the EG side were Yuumi, MF, Aatrox, LeBlanc, and Azir. And over on the Fly side, Ornn, Aphelios, Set, J4, and Rek'Sai. So a bit of a jungle focus there for Fly in the second half of the ban phase. And just some mid laners on the other side there for EG, trying to keep Triple away from some of those champions. And very interesting to see the Ziggs here, which is picked up for MASH. It was actually the first 2 picks they had in the draft, was this bot lane of Tahm Kench and Ziggs. And we have seen Ziggs crop up quite a bit in recent weeks, especially in Academy. It's been seemingly much more frequent here, whereas in the LCS, I believe it only had 1 play, which so certainly a champion that teams are starting to experiment with, given the fact that Tower Plates and the Rift Tower have been so popular to take early. But we'll see how it all works out here. Certainly one of the matchups to look for here, if you're on the FlyQuest side of the fence, is going to be Revenge versus Brandini. This was Revenge's counter pick. Brandini did go Renekton blind as one of the last 2 picks of the draft here for Evil Geniuses Academy. But he and Triple are going to have to do a lot of the heavy lifting if FlyQuest Academy are going to try and pick up a few more wins. Fnatic on the ever-reliable Lee Sin as well, may be able to influence the map in the ways we saw them really kick off in the early stages of the season. They felt very well coordinated as a team, felt like they really had a good idea of how they wanted to play in the early weeks of the season.
As laning phase plays out, we'll check back in with that Ziggs in the bot lane, but let's get our first look of 100 Thieves Immortals.
Infernal, so Infernal will not be changing our Rift just yet. We might see that in some of our other games today. Potluck here on the bottom side of the map with that Rek'Sai pickup, Queen of the Xur'Sai. And that's going to be Hail of Blades as he waits for Contract to come around. You can see him moving slowly, avoids the Scryer's Bloom, and Contracts gets an idea. Okay, blue buff's gone. Did he start on blue? Did he start on red? And going over the wall, will he be able to get the stop? Nice shield hop there to get himself some damage and be able to retreat with trading a bit. Can they get concussive blows to lock down? A lot of little back and forth here. It's like a very calm early game, but everybody's able to tempt each other. Just not going off the rails right yet. Here, Potluck now being found out by Contracts. Another hop there. Locks him down. Contracts going to be, Potluck rather, forced to flash over the wall. Not enough charges for Contracts. There are. He is full on Comet Spear there, and he did not get the throw off as Potluck heads over the wall. So, a back and forth there as Contracts feels the aggression can be pushed in with bot lane Prismo and Breezy doing a nice job keeping Altec and Gate pushed in. That's what you're going to get. You have a caster on the bot side and Cassiopeia on the side of Immortals with Gate and Tahm Kench. Yeah, that becomes a pretty sweet lane to fight with in the mid game, but Misfortune's going to push you in all early game, and that's why they had great priority getting into the jungle of Immortals. Taking stock of what early wards have been placed, just a few towards the side of IMT. They'll be able to see Potluck as he enters down into the bot side of the jungle. Right now getting a bit of Scryer's Bloom assistance at the top. Let's see how Potluck has actually been faring himself. Gragas, Diana, Gragas. The last few plays, unfortunate, Immortals has not been able to find a win here on the back half of the split. And not too much coming from that jungle within those plays. And it's not just Potluck. I was just focusing on him to see what he's been playing. The team of Immortals has kind of been struggling all around the map, not being able to find the wins in a lane to then push that advantage out, or not being able to stay kind of even in lanes to push those advantages out. CLG, Liquid, and Cloud9 have been their past 3 games for Immortals, and that have brought them all the way from 6-3 to 6-6 now. 100 Thieves, on the other hand, a win against Evil Geniuses in week 6, but they are only 1 win in their past 3 games. So very similar to Immortals, both teams here on the back half trying to find
a little tussle in the jungle is all the action we've had here so far, but no one too much worse for the wear as we get our first look at CLG, Team Liquid.
Touched on briefly, massive 6-way tie for 3rd place between all the teams in Academy at the moment. And really, it's coming down to the do or die time. All these teams are looking to cement themselves and make sure that they can get towards the playoffs, where only the top 6 teams are actually going to make it. While a couple of teams have not quite locked their spot, as Dignitas and C9 at 9-3 and 8-4 apiece are looking to just pick up 1 or 2 more wins in order to lock themselves a spot. We'll see. Ooh. Probably not quite going to make it, but Frogs is going to be forced to flash. Yusui looking for a little bit of a chase. Stixay taking some damage. Yusui has another flash available. Gangplank ultimate is here. Does Yusui act going to go? There's the bubble. Is he going to be doing anything else? No. The root coming out from Stixay is going to stop them in their tracks, and that is a lot of resources committed by Team Liquid in order to try and get some form of punish after the Cloud Dragon was picked up by the side of CLG, and ultimately nothing really comes of it. Across the board, doing quite well in terms of their actual CSing, getting a lot of small early advantages just in terms of individual laning. But Frogus, once again up in the top side, not quite getting caught out as Yusui is hovering up over here, but Jenkins looking around. There's no flash on this frontal. Jenkins standing in the way. Flash coming out from Yusui. This should be a very dead Troll King, and indeed, he goes down. First blood getting picked up by Yusui. He's going to be very happy with that. He's going to be able to back away, and so much pressure is relieved from Jenkins. You saw that his wave was getting pushed into the enemy turret, and with a Trundle coming in behind you, it could be very difficult for Gangplank to escape. So overall, huge win coming out from Team Liquid. Jenkins and Yusui able to sandwich the enemy jungler. And Deo's forced to just CS this big wave underneath his own turret. And on the cross side of the map, you always got to be asking yourself, if your opponents have extra members here, you have extra members somewhere else. And Surenfire going to be stealing away the red buff as they move down towards the bottom side of the map. Surenfire does have the explosive cask available, and Stixay hanging on back. Is going to get the root down, but are they going to get anything? Surenfire, not a whole lot of success. He is stunned right out of turret range. The Dark Passage is there. He might be able to get away a little bit, but already a big flood coming through. Deus with the teleport is going to force out the ultimate from Tactical, and unfortunately, I was just praising Team Liquid for getting this huge play on the top side of the map, and they turn her around. Surenfire, all the experience in the world, that doesn't do you any good if you're going to be
down in gold, but CLG, our underdogs here, showing some life with a nice teleport play to respond to Team Liquid. Over for our first look, Golden Guardians Dignitas. Let's see some action.
At this point in the game, very, very useful, as they've actually rotated topside for Golden Guardians. And Lorlo, you're in trouble, buddy. You've got 3 on there. Showstopper comes in, flash forward from Lorlo, will be pulled back, and first blood goes over to Hard. A 3-man collapse pays off in dividends for the side of Golden Guardians, but Dignitas, in the meanwhile, decide that it is time for Dragon. They will take the Cloud Drake, and that will be objective for first blood. I would think that that advantage goes over to Golden Guardians just to get the start at the very least, but a great response coming in from Dignitas means it's not the end of the world. It's an advantage of about 800 gold thus far, but with the Dragon held, at the very least you are getting something, and that does allow for a later game play.
Golden Guardians came to play today with a sweet turret to pull off first blood against our top dogs in Dignitas. Dig will respond with a Dragon, so that is of note. Over to EG FlyQuest, straight into the fights.
Fnatic here at the right time, but not in time to save his teammate. Brandini is going to fall to Fnatic, but Fnatic going to get smote and slapped to death. One more auto needed here for and a flash auto. That's going to be it. Fire not even needed, just in the area to have a look, and it looks good for Evil Geniuses. Really nicely played gank there for EG as the TP will come back in for revenge. But as we mentioned in the mid lane, it is Fire that gets out first. So good presence there from both junglers, but just better finished by Brandini and in the top lane, despite Fnatic being there. Definitely, though, getting a little low in the 2v2. It is the Spectral Sickle center. So as you can see, just based on the numbers, Matt is
2 for 1 is the trade there, with EG coming out just slightly ahead in that one over to 100 Thieves Immortals, where the scoreline stands 0-0. Looks like we're positioning around the Rift Herald.
Sixes for ultimates, I should say, for the side of Immortals are a big catalyst for this team wanting to fight. The game of quick picks for Saligo. Mostly just him. I mean, contracts can follow up, but that's going to be a really big follow-up if you have Pantheon doing a Grand Starfall coming in from somewhere else. So seeing Saligo and this side of the left side of the map for 100 Thieves be dark is perfect. That means LeBlanc can do quite a bit of kind of nuking out the health bars here. Breezy wants to go up and ward. I mean, it's a chance where you had to ward. You could go down. First Blood's just around the corner. It was almost a stop, but it's going to be the ultimate from Potluck. Turret shot's not going to hit him, and no follow-up from Prismal, as he just doesn't have the damage yet. And Potluck comes up huge there with the ultimate and with the rest of the team going hard, almost fully under the turret. Very nicely done. I didn't think they were able to get it through, but First Blood going to Immortals if they have set the pace of the game since the beginning. And they're able to put themselves on the board first. Potluck, Drake first, goes for Rift Herald, doesn't get that, says, well, you know what, I want a little bit more. And we're going to get it towards the bot side of the map. 3 teleports on both sides. We have 6 teleports this game. We'll see how that goes later. See what awesome plays come out of that. Merc Treads right away for Breezy. I like this pickup. Usually you're fine going mobility boots all the time on Braum, on Thresh, somebody you're just going to chase down and be tanky enough to take the initial front end burst, whatever. Your boots come back on, you might be able to make another play. That's worth it. We'll see what happens here as we kind of bench that chat. It's going to be a teleport coming in now from a few sides. Flash there for Altec. Grounded inside. The poison, we're going to lose one. Potluck could go down on another Darkened Blade coming from Fake God, but he gets slowed down right away. And it looks like that mountain will rise here as Drake is going to be taken. Great job by Cloud being picked up over on the side of 100 Thieves, and Immortals will connect onto Fake God, taking him down. The Aatrox falls.
1 dragon apiece, but 4 kills in favor of Immortals. That's a hot start for 2 teams tied in the standings. Checking in on our other 6-6 team, Golden Guardians, looking to take down Dignitas. They do have a kill up. Let's see if they can press this advantage.
Spartan, hard, also in the air. Flash forward, Cocoon, that's going to be a death going over, and Phoenix dies. Zion Spartan picks that one up, but Greg and Ole are in the area. They can only watch on in horror as their 80 carry is taken out. And with Dragon spawning in 41 seconds, Dignitas Academy have to rethink their options. They can't just go for this Dragon. They know Phoenix is gone, but they do have the vision advantage thus far. You can see the control wards in the river. Keith gonna spot out Greg as well. Gonna also do the disrespect back, but in place Olive, maybe a little too far forward. Sleepy Troll with mobile lands. Cosmic Radiance goes down, might be enough to save him. It is. Greg now under pressure from Keith, who is walking forward menacingly. As the Battlestar barely misses. Golden Guardians Academy able to make it out of that one alive. Again, very good ward control coming in. Keith in the right position to deal with the pressure coming in with Greg. And a Blaze Olive staying safe, knowing that he still has another 2.5 minutes left on that flash timer. Still keeps the ultimate as well. So a lot of pressure could come down from Golden Guardians. They are pushing onto the Dragon. It is started up by Hard. Gorka gonna be forward. Nice stun lands onto the jungler, and Greg is immediately obliterated. As Demonte trying to do what he can, and Blaze Olive in the front line, taking a little too much damage. Corrupting Chains lands onto him as well. Lorlo has joined the fight now, but Dragon already goes down. Fate's call, managing to save the support. Keith staying safe for the moment. Hard is actually stuck in the jungle, but a Scrying Orb jump away will mean he is alive. Demonte still going forward. Flash forward for the Q. That was a little greedy coming out of Phoenix. Maybe thought he could get a Blazed Olive with that, but without the execute, I don't think you can really make that play. Just too many members.
to pick up another couple kills and a dragon off the back end. Really challenging Dignitas on this Academy Rush day. Evil Genius's FlyQuest tied up 2-2. This one a heck of a lot more even.
Here comes Ander, but not going in the right direction as JJ down here to defend triple once again. And there's Malefic Visions bouncing back and forth. Actually going to get 5-fire very low. Ooh, nice Ziggs ulti actually as well. Lay it on top of the GPO was almost enough to kill 5-fire. In fact, the corrupting potion tick looked like may do him in as JJ flashes in there, gonna get himself bubbled. But he does take the kill down, and they will get the trade. Whether or not it's, you know, actually worth it or not, it's not up to me. That was a moral victory though for sure for FlyQuest Academy. As almost every possible resource is committed to kill the Zoe, and at least they do get her at the end of the day. A global, a semi-global, and the support, plus your mid's ult and your jungler's attention. And it turns out that wasn't enough to kill Zoe. As Brandini activates his ult in the top lane, tries to get aggressive onto Revenge, and does at least get him somewhat low and push him back. It looks like the activity isn't stopping here for FlyQuest. Triple back and ready with the ulti. And now gonna just push in mid lane. Thanks to,
3-3 scoreline here, still neck and neck. So we're gonna hop on over to Immortals 100 Thieves to see how Immortals is utilizing that 4-kill advantage.
You should be able to keep spitting out the damage and at least take control a bit of an advantage of that lane, so Insanity can't teleport away or flash away, and 100 Thieves may be able to make a move. Almost numbers up here, but split by the terrain. Coming in, here comes Contracts, and can they sign off on this one? Sleagle's got a wave there, so he cannot get another E down with a chain, but it doesn't matter. Follow-up damage from Contracts is able to take down Gate, and there's the first kill. It did not matter that they didn't have enough catch up with a few members. Contracts wanted in, and he has wanted in. Remember, they had Potluck the early part of the game. They got him down to about sub 50 HP. Potluck stays alive, and he's almost catching up in farm now at 1.44 to about 25 in CS from the jungle. Really great stuff by Immortals to pick each other up when not everybody was doing so well in the early game. Bound just behind the terrain, and an easy pickup for
A good look for 100 Thieves as they get themselves onto that board. 1-4 stands the scoreline. Still plenty of room to make up. CLG, though, similar position, down 5K in the mid-game. Let's see if they can claw their way out of this hole.
This is what we're talking about. These two mid laners with so many tools to try and land picks, and I like this a lot. Team Liquid not going to be worried as much about all of this vision as they try and back away. Cow going to be landing the death sentence, is going to land Yusui. Is probably going to be using the barrier. He is. Explosive Cast is going to be splitting the team up, but Jenkins still having the Cannon Barrage available. We'll see what they end up doing. He goes in. Churnfire going to be forced to use the stopwatch in order to keep himself alive. Instantly blown up on his way out. Bill going to be doing a fantastic job of keeping himself alive in the 2-on-1 on the other side of the fight. And man, I really don't know about that one. Churnfire doesn't have the Explosive Cast available, but not all is gone right now. Team Liquid going to be picking up their third outer turret of the game, and they still have decent positioning out here on the rest of the field. Yusui looking to find some damage. Cal looking to find the death sentence, not going to find a Jenkins can get pulled back in. Oh dear, Yusui, that's not where you wanted to be. A shutdown. Here comes Deus trying to get all kinds of damage down on the rest of Team Liquid, but they are going to be able to back away, and all the positioning that Team Liquid is able to keep up for themselves throughout the game just goes all to naught. Yusui stepped a little bit too close to the enemy top laner, giving over the Ocean Dragon to the side.
A misfire from Churnfire there means that the Dragon goes the way of CLG. Still looking for their way back into it. Hey, that's Deja Vu. Dragon side for Immortals 100 Thieves. Let's see what they choose to do around the Mountain Dragon.
Back end that he can use. So this will change our rift. Already has Mountain Drake. Is going to be the last one you'll get. This is really awesome if 100 Thieves can pick this up. If Immortals get it, they'll love it even more because they can stop the LeBlanc front end damage. Bullet time goes out. That's what's taking the Dragon, baby. That's going to be Drake over to 100 Thieves. Or, yes, 100 Thieves. Now the fight's going to ensue as Potluck goes down. Insanity's taking a few shots, and they are just able to zero out Immortals. This is what Immortals has been able to avoid this entire time so far, is being in the middle of a fight. They've been able to kite it. It's been on their own terms, and when it is not, they are easily pushed over the edge of that one. Breezy coming up big. Can he activate the ultimate? Fear Beyond Death is not going to be ready, not going to be in range. and Breezy keeps himself alive. Explosive fight coming out of
A
100
cheeky
Thieves.
stopwatch there for Breezy as 100 Thieves finds everything they could want in that fight. 4 kills plus a dragon. Back over to CLG TL. CLG up in kills, down in gold. They've got a lot of ground that they need to cover.
Compositions, when you do have the Zoe, when you do have the Gragas, to find individual members, blow them up, get them out of position, you want to be opening up the map very quickly. This often means going to the mid lane, getting access to both sides of the jungle. Oh, cow. He's going to be throwing that down, not going to be hitting the root from Stixxay. Cute little play. And Surenfire, I'm expecting to see a play with this very soon, and wow, it's a bit sooner than I was expecting. They do have all 4 members here. Cannon Barrage from Jenkins is up, and Stixxay almost instantly blown up. Still trying to go back. The cleanse is already used. They do have the Rift Herald already on the turret. Might be able to pick it up, but every single member is already here. Cannon Barrage is committed. Gangplank not that far away. It's going to be able to join it. Whoa, what just happened? Senna, Stixxay, you just died of the Cannon Barrage. Surenfire going to be getting another big kill, and Tactical going absolutely massive here. Oh my gosh, everything falling in Team Liquid's way. Back to back to back with the jungler dead and Kalista on your side. This might be an opportunity to go for the Baron, but instead, they're going to be looking to back away. They already picked up the top lane turret. They already picked up the mid lane turret. They picked up 3 kills in these chain picks back to back
TL
to back.
picking up steam. Let's take a look at the big picture. Counter Logic Gaming came into the day struggling against Team Liquid. Now, despite having the veteran Stixxay on the roster today, Tactical has shown up in his performance, saying that the LCS performances were not quite a fluke. In the top right, you'll notice Golden Guardians are holding their own up against the #1 team, but they'll need to extend their lead if they hope to take down Grig and the rest of Dignitas. Immortals, they're looking back in form as they aim to get a crucial win over 100 Thieves, where they are looking to pull away from the 6-way tie for 3rd. And Evil Geniuses are up a few kills over FlyQuest. Let's check in on them, see how that game evolves. Right back into it, EG versus FlyQuest.
Triple, so FlyQuest Academy maybe going to find a fight here. The Andrew's also done for Triple. Means that he's quite strong in this upcoming fight. Going to get rooted here. 5-5, looking for the long-range bubble, finds it. Seraph's Shield going to get popped, but Triple going to eat a bunch of damage, gets ignited as well. Here comes Ander. Going to look for the slap, going to find it. Galio ulti going to charge in as well, but no knockup coming, but still 5-5 will chase down Triple. The big 2-item spike for the Malzahar, not realized in that fight as Ander keeps going. Revenge is going to be found next. Let's bounce. It's going to be Incarno Orange out of that. Over the wall we go. Onto Fnatic, who's asleep at the wheel thanks to Zoe. And no additional kill there for Evil Geniuses. But the picks they need, is Revenge did fall as well. To take that Drake, or maybe just ignore it and go for the towers here. Definitely Ambrandini will team up for this Mountain Drake, and they'll take that nice and easily. It's Matt mid lane right now, pushing the wave to try and take the mid outer, and 5-Fire was bot lane briefly, but decided that the long push for that inhibitor tower probably not worth it at this juncture.
EG starting to amount a significant lead in this game. We'll see if they can close it out against one of the teams close to them in the standings. TL, though, with a significant lead. Let's see what they're doing past 20 minutes into this game.
Back to if Usui finds a Sleepy Trouble Bubble onto the right target, if he's able to pick up a kill onto Stixxay or Tuesday. Oh, they don't even need a pick. They're just going right for it. The blue trinket does come out. I'm expecting that to dissuade Team Liquid, but they have all the vision. They have a huge early warning system. They know exactly where everybody coming out from CLG is, but they're going rather low. Surenfire, got to be careful of his HP. He's going AP. He doesn't have a whole lot of health to necessarily fall back on. But once again, Deus with no teleport coming up to the middle of the map, and that's going to be giving Jenkins another opportunity to start hitting away at these turrets. He's got the Cannon Barrage. He's got the teleport, and every single time we see Deus moving up, that's just going to be another half a turret getting picked up by his opponent. And this is a slow kind of game. Guys, last time we looked at this, the kill score was exactly the same. It's 5-3. That was 4 minutes ago, and that was about a 4,000 gold lead. Now Jenkins, Barrel not going to be doing that much damage. The ultimate is coming out from both Tuesday and Jenkins, but it shouldn't dissuade them from actually going to pick up this Ocean Dragon. Potentially a steal coming through. Surenfire is in the area. He is right here. He goes over it. Not going to quite land the smite. Froggies and Stixxay both need to be very careful. The explosive cask is there. Can Stixxay walk on out? Surenfire is going to keep himself alive. Froggies finally forced to commit the ultimate. Tactical on the other side, finding Tuesday, finding Froggies. Can he do it? Cow coming around, and Tactical once again looking to go massive. The shield is there from Froggies, but it's not going to be enough. Senna not going to be able to do enough healing for their team, and every single time we're seeing Team Liquid coming in, finding these cleanups. They're finding these small advantages every single game. fighting their 6th turret to 0 right now as Jenkins once again able to delay them long.
CLG might be up to 3 Drakes at this point, but down 10K gold, I'm not sure it's going to be enough for them to claw their way out of it. Golden Guardians Dignitas, though, what many people probably thought would be a one-sided match, really giving us something today.
Not committing for the turret, because again, you have a Blazed Olive, you have Gorka, but that's a lot of low range. Yes, you have some harass and poke coming in from Blazed Olive. It's not going to be enough to take a turret. You need to get picks. You need to find a good rotation in order to find turrets against this Dignitas roster. Otherwise, very, very difficult to move forward in this game. And unfortunately, they have drafted more early, so it's going to be tough to really push in for this mid game. As we have started up, Phoenix has completed the Edge of Night, does have that passive available. So not going to be picked off by Elise.
Only 4 total kills in a game that involves Dignitas feels low. We'll have to see if this one breaks open in the coming minutes as we hop back over to 100 Thieves Immortals. Past that 20-minute mark, still even in kills and action around the barrier.
It up for 100 Thieves, and they will shut the gates mighty fast. He goes down. 30 seconds for him. Not too much time for 100 Thieves to work with on the map, but enough time to know that the lead they're getting is something they can easily push forward. They don't have to stress themselves out or find fights that put them in danger. So here, they wait for the wave mid. Top lane's getting pushed by Saligo as he knows he cannot be contested at 2-0-4. So split push, why not? Well, 1-3-1 from the mid lane because it's working. All they have to do is take down mid. It might be harder to take down mid with the 1-3-1 currently happening, so it looks like they'll kind of create a personal security system for a little bit of Saligo to move up, move down, and help the team. They fizzled out a little bit on gate.
Both teams jockeying for position here as we head into the later portions of the game. Gonna remain close, I can guarantee you that. Evil Genius's FlyQuest, though, 3K lead for EG as they look to close this one out and push themselves up those standings.
Land is going to jump straight onto triple. Ooh, really like that. Going to find the knockup. Let's bounce Galio ulti. See you later. A Sentinel even going to get in there. And Matt not really needed, but almost everyone getting an assist on that play. And again, you can just see the potential. And it gets one knockup into his ulti, and it's just an easy pick from that point. I think the coolest part about this comp is that if Fnatic do want to rush to try and save the person getting picked, Galio ult's going to knock everybody up. Follow up with a taunt. Center ulti's going to charge in. Just a lot of play they can get in single pick situations or straight up team fights. As Xander maybe a little too far forward here in the jungle, but just so tanky. Between the Cinderhulk and the Spirit Visage, Zach may very well have already started his comeback back into professional play. It's so funny that this mid-outer tower has been up for so long with Revenge. Contesting with definitely Glacial Augment Slow is going to make it tricky. Brandini, I think, got slowed by that barrel. Maybe definitely ordered it down before. It just doesn't matter, though. There's nowhere that you can run that Gangplank can really get away from if you're Zach. With this map open as much as it is, and now godlike, he's going to grab kill number 7. Turning into a carry Zach performance.
Revenge taken down, isolated in a side lane. From here, we go to CLG Team Liquid, where moments ago, Team Liquid was able to take down that top lane inhib. Let's see how they can use the map pressure and lane positioning to their advantage.
Force something to happen, because if this game goes long, it doesn't necessarily get a whole lot better for them either. They're starting to move. They know they need to get the vision control in and around the dragons. They know they need to start being aggressive with where they're actually being on the map. And Stixxay going invisible, just doing a quick ghost dive with his buddies. And Jenkins, again, uncontested in the bottom lane. Deus does have his teleport available. Frogis, he's supposed to be the tank on the team. He's already brought it down, and there he is, blown to bits. Tuesday hit also with explosive cast. Will Surefire have an opportunity to go for it? Here we go, tactical looking. Stixxay, are you going to be able to get out? Descent's not even close. Bursted before the Cosmic Radiance can come down, and Surefire is just here. Easy cleanup for the rest of Team Liquid as Zoe finds their 3rd kill of the game. 3, 1, and 4 on Yasui. 5, 0, and 2 on Tactical.
TL with what now looks like an insurmountable gold lead here against CLG. Just need to tie it up in a nice pretty bow as we hop back over to a very competitive Golden Guardians Dignitas. Dignitas in control of the objectives, but Golden Guardians with that gold advantage.
See Dig clustering up, trying not to spread out the fight, trying to keep it contained as much as possible. Zion Spartan moves in, Showstopper in, manages to land on the Lorlo. Doesn't hit anyone with the damage though, unfortunately. Fade's Call managing to save Keith for the moment. Zion Spartan in the middle of 3, managing to get a little bit of damage with the W, but Keith now finding himself in a bad position to blaze all on the backside. The first casualty is Keith. And Lorlo still managing to stay alive. Demonte and Phoenix still very, very healthy in this fight. Dragon is still attacking, but Dignitas Academy have all the time in the world. We'll be able to get this Dragon, and Golden Guardians say it is not our time. Will back off the fight. Demonte still trying to find Poke, getting a flash for himself as well for the Zoe W. That's going to be Dragon Soul going over to the red side. Dignitas finding the advantage, finding the objectives, and getting a Dragon Soul. While not the most powerful Dragon Soul in the world, it's still a lot of dragons. It's still a lot of damage that they can now rain onto Golden Guardians Academy.
Dignitas down in gold somehow managed to pick up that Mountain Soul. We'll see if they can move it into a victory here against Golden Guardians. TL, CLG, I called it an insurmountable gold lead while we were away. They were able to pick up the Baron as well. That should be all they need to push this one in for the win.
So cleanly is a great testament to showing what they'll be able to do when the rest of the teams actually come around. But CLG is stretched fairly thin. Did a good job of pushing the top lane wave to the river, so it's going to take a long time for that to actually build up, and we can see that there's actually no more super minions in that wave. And with this is the last super minion in the top half, but Team Liquid, everybody now in the bottom half, tactical completely untouched. As he is going for this turret, is going to go down relatively clean. 5 members of CLG unable to get anything started. Cannon Mirage still an ever-present threat. Coming out from Jenkins, getting flanked, going in and picking up another turret. This is potential triple hit. Frag is getting blown to bits. Going to be using his ultimate, the stopwatch to keep himself alive. But now they find their way into tactical cow. They're going to be able to potentially blow him up, but no, not quite enough. Fire in the middle of the team, disrupting everything. Can Deus do it? The barbecue Oliver's not able to quite fight it. Jenkins now in the back line, finding 2 kills of his own. Stixay, can you even survive the onslaught? Yusui not going to give an opportunity to, and the 30-minute victory coming out for Team Liquid. They're going to move to 7-6 as they pick up a win here over Counter Logic Gaming.
A middling Team Liquid looked good here with a victory over a struggling CLG. We'll see if they can replicate that performance later in the week with tougher opponents. EG, FlyQuest, again, these two teams very close in the standings. EG currently with an edge.
Fight once again, gonna get ulted. He's gonna be fine, gets out of there. I think Triple had to cancel that one. No, it's actually ended with a Q assess that I did not see before the fight started. Now the Galio ulti gonna charge in as Brandini able to take down Mash. As the Ziggs will fall, JJ gonna join as well as definitely finally starting to pick up some kill credit. The front line's unkillable. Backline can poke you from indefinite range. Just so hard for these fights here as Triple. The relevance of this Malzahar ulti has just dramatically decreased since those early picks we saw from FlyQuest Academy. And now again, it's EG just continuing to have full run of this map. Pressure around Baron if they want it. See Fnatic, they see Revenge, and he's gonna get out of there. So for once, a slingshot does not spell doom for FlyQuest Academy, and they are gonna TP back.
Got here just in time to see a massive team fight break out and for EG to come out on top. Now 13-3 stands the kill score there. Still plenty of game left to play out. 100 Thieves, Immortal, 6-6 are each of their scorelines. 7-7 is the kills. Both teams looking for their way to break this one open.
Dodge! Go W back! Okay, gonna mimic now. W again. Then W back. It's just no way. You can try to do it. It's fun. Oh, they are just too many people. But great push here by 100 Thieves and great stop by IMT in the mid lane. So every team, they're thinking. I like what they're doing off the ball on both sides. The fight happens top, somebody gets something bottom, Alorum makes sure he can cover and rotate mid, almost tempting the next fight. He should be able to take quite a bit of damage here, and I don't think it will be a full engage, as he is a tanky Urgot right now. Righteous Glory's finished up for him, and he used that to try and get into the fight, and Ninja Tabi really helping him out there to stay alive versus the autos. Really? I like it. Soligo down, that's a lot of the power. If they can get onto Prismal, there is not much more to offer from this team, but they have to get onto Prismal. Fake God, 1 Darkened Blade. They're able to clear out that ward, a 2nd Darken as he just tries to get that passive, or I'm sorry, his Q cooldown back up. Top laner is doing quite a bit of work here and really pushing these fights around. They're having a lot of
shutdown
say
and a
in
man
what
advantage doesn't net Immortals much besides that, as they are able to be pushed off the Baron. EG FlyQuest, let's see how this one plays out here in the mid lane.
Fi continuing to bubble away, and once again, it just keeps happening! The slingshot's the kill, that's JJ dead. I mean, Zach's a good champion, but when this is the game you're playing, feels like your E just becomes an execute, and it's up fairly often at this stage. Good silence there from Triple. They will check the Drake.
Be able to do that? Hard to say. It's really tough, but hard to say. Really tough, but Zoe trying to go into Monte, landing some triple bubble, just barely misses. Radiance goes down. It's gonna be hard, staying alive, just barely. Teleport in from Zion Spartan as well. Ole, a little bit of trouble, but manages to stay alive for the moment. The Kench is not benched yet. As we do see the forward motion coming in from Dignitas. Not able to find a pick quite yet. They did use a couple extra ultimates that they weren't intending to use there, but without Dragon's Rage and without side of Golden Gardens Academy, who have backed off for the moment. They've gotten their backs already and are already heading toward the Baron, but Dignitas might just look to start this one up. They have the vision control. They do, in fact, start it up. Phoenix will have to teleport back in. Goes back in order to pick up the Death Foot. And that's going to be a lot of damage onto the Baron already, but it's so dark for Golden Gardens Academy. Zion Spartan walks fully into the team. Showstopper onto the Kench. Won't actually hit anyone with it. Will instead just dissuade Dignitas from continuing the Baron. And a full retreat from both sides means there is no objective to be had quite yet. But as I talk about objectives, Elder Dragon gonna be up 1 minute. That might just be the way for Golden Gardens to get back into this game. If they can pick up that Elder Dragon, it doesn't matter what dragons that they've lost already. They might be able to get that execute damage, that sweet, sweet Dragon Head laser coming out. And that might just make the difference in these team fights where they aren't finding the picks and they aren't finding what they need to in order to push forward and find objectives.
We're watching a Dignitas that is getting challenged even with Mountain Soul in their possession. Like to see that out of the Golden Guardians as we hop on over to 100 Thieves Immortals. Immortals with Baron buff, pushing the top lane. Let's see if they can find a way to break this one open in their favor.
Well, here's a bit of that bounty. And they're able to pick that up. 600 gold going over to Saligo on the bounty as well. That's going to make a big LeBlanc, but they have gone for a very, very deep invade to get that. And the Baron push on the top side means Immortals are able to take down a second-tier turret. Lots happening around the map with 2.5 minutes coming up on the Soul. Both teams at Soul Point, and I'm excited for this because both want it. It is a Drake that you absolutely want in this fight. It is just a war of absolutely scratching at each other. Immortals kiting back, 100 Thieves trying to keep getting in, trying to keep getting in. And when Immortals do find someone they want,
Immortals will settle for just one turret as Alorum goes down on the other side of the map. These two teams still neck and neck for teams tied in the standings. Golden Guardians, Dignitas once again. Golden Guardians looking to put the nail in the coffin for our top team.
Forces the flash out of Grig. Triple bubble lands on a cave. He almost dies, but the Fates call keeps him safe once again. How many defensive Fates calls are going to be used this game? Monte taking a little bit of poke hard, also almost dying. Is forced up in the repel, and he will be shut down. Phoenix picks that one up as well. Piercing arrow, getting a little bit extra poke. Zion Spartan in the middle of the fight, trying to find the face splitter, getting a little bit of damage and stun. Cosmic Radiance comes down, but Blaze Olive's taking a lot of damage on the backside. Orlo going to be the focus next. Does get stunned up, but Gorka now in a terrible position. Can try to get auto attacks, but Keith is dead. Forced the QSS, Zion Spartan forced to back out as well. Flash is down, Ultimate's down. Dignitas have taken down Golden Guardians and will now go for this Elder Dragon. This is going to be uncontested as Hard is already dead. No smite to come in from the other side. Dignitas, they've had the gold disadvantage this entire game because of Zion Spartan, but the objective advantage very much in their favor. And with this Elder Dragon, I can't help but imagine they're going to reset, they're going to look for the Baron.
2 kills plus an Elder for Dignitas means they're beginning to wrestle control away from that Golden Guardian squad. Evil Genius's FlyQuest, this one's still locked up. Evil Genius is extending that lead just a bit. Let's see if they can close it out.
Takes so long to die. That 140-ish soul definitely just gonna kill them all. You know, if everything else doesn't get them first. I like this from FLICKR, very aggressive over the wall. Good job there denying that barrel. FLICKR has just been kept out of this Baron pit. Brandini gonna get himself silenced, ulti, QSS is out. And back over the top, they are gonna commit to the fight instead. FLICKR does not get tagged and continues to pepper in harassment. So FLICKR do not lose anyone, and they do successfully force Evil Geniuses off the Baron for now. With a minute 20 until this Elder Dragon's going to be spawning, perhaps priorities need to be changing for what objective these teams want to play around. This game is getting longer. Essence Reaver actually the call for revenge was not Infinity Edge like I thought. But still, 3 items, plus the Executioner's calling revenge. And triple now with the death cap finish. I mean, 4 items on these AP champions. It's 3 items on the GP. But they are quite expensive for him, even though he does farm some additional. I think it just feels like more the execution, the ability for FlyQuest Academy to find a favorable team fight. The GP and double AP, especially with Lee Sin as your jungler, I just don't know how you get through the Mountain Soul tanks. Good kick there into the ulti, but FLICKR with a stopwatch does keep himself safe. Galio going to charge in once again. Fnatic now in the backline trap, goes into stasis, but he's not going to last too much longer. And again, Evil Genius is just too tanky. Too hard for FlyQuest to get through. Fnatic is not a frontliner. He's gone damage in this game, like you should on Lee Sin. I just felt like FlyQuest probably thought they were going to do more in the early game with this comp, and they did do some things. But Ander was just everywhere on this Zac. It felt like Matt could respond to any situation with this Galio. And now without a jungler, FlyQuest Academy have to try and get EGA off Baron, of Elder Dragon, excuse me. And I just don't think they can. Flank from Brandini, flank from FLICKR, keeping them away. Revenge gonna ulti down, but there should be an easy smite. Ziggs bomb! Not enough, and more than enough damage on the smite to take that out. Brandini does try and stun JJ, but he's gonna QSS out and run away, because that's kind of the only option left right now for FlyQuest. And it has not been a particularly fast game for Evil Geniuses. But they have made sure to keep the bloodiness up.
Mash with the near steal on the Elder Drake. But of course, that blob Zac will get the smite secure. I want to call up the scoreline there, 7-0-7 on the Zac. Huge performance for his squad. But over to Golden Guardians, Dignitas. Golden Guardians looking to do what seems impossible at this point. Beat back that Mountain Drake Soul. Let's see if they can do it.
Tori, Dragon spawning in 5 seconds. Maybe this is the desperation play coming out of Golden Guardians. They need to do something here. They're going to push open the base. Ole's the only one to contest. The rest of Dignitas trying to push up now. The back did come in from Lorlo, but the inhibitor's already gone. Golden Guardians caught out in a very bad position. You can see the Chains of Corruption landing onto Keith. You can see Demonte going golden as well. Showstopper comes in, but Tarek is the first to fall. Demonte extremely low. Greg, the next to follow, will get the kick onto it. Gorica, but Lorlo under pressure here, does get the shutdown onto a Blazed Olive, did get the Death Realm. Lorlo in extremely bad position. Zion Spartan, likely the next to fall. One more hit will do it, but instead it's Hard that falls. It's Gorica that falls. It's the team that falls, and the teleports mean this is gonna be the win for Dignitas Academy. Playing through their objectives, playing through their team comp, and playing through to the end. Oh, it's an inhibitor respawn. You hate to see it. Unfortunate, as Dignitas Academy will be able to take that down. There's still way too long left on the timers, and that is it. Dignitas win. Dignitas win.
Inhibitor troll, but Dignitas finds the ace to maintain first place. A solid victory for them there. 100 Thieves Immortals. Again, Immortals looking to find the comeback against another Mountain Soul, a very popular one for the day. Let's see if they can do it here in the mid lane.
100 Thieves, they're keeping it safe, so they go dash forward. Distortion gets a catch, nice black shield, but you see how much damage that chain proc did. Potluck's lost all the black shield. Back and forth. They're going face to face in the mid lane. Grounded in. What a miasma coming in from Altec. Really just shuts down 100 Thieves there. Will it be Potluck going in, trying to get the big knockup? Insanity follows through. Will it be able to get enough damage? Oh, they're second thinking this with the Zanyas. Have they gone too far? Insanity gets gobbled up. He gets thrown back to the back line now as Altec goes down after the double kill. Insanity gets hit up. Fake God is the real God, and he may be able to put down the rest of Immortals with Prismal and Breezy. And that's going to be a double kill for Prismal. What a fight, what a kite. It's been all we talked about all game. And 100 Thieves weather that storm. You saw the moment Immortals couldn't get that last inch, that last auto, the last bit of cooldown on their abilities, and the stopwatches were activated, and Zanya's everywhere. How far can 100 Thieves get onto this one, Noah? It's still going. We're 42.5 minutes into the game. The first inhibitor turret is going down as 100 Thieves have been stopping Immortals from doing this all game long. Their first push, almost a final push. 11 seconds coming in on Altec. That's going to be the Cassiopeia, the mage that can spit the machine gun damage coming off the fountain with home guards. It is going to be Gate trying to make them turn and look the other way, and it looks like it's only going to be one Nexus turret. They've been spending a lot of time. 100 Thieves, how much will it cost you to stay? The teleport's coming in and they drop Gate. Both of his summoners are down. It's going to be 51 seconds on that clock for him to come back. Cassiopeia's up, but that's going to be the Nexus turret going down. They're onto the Nexus, and it looks like Immortals is going to be able to end this one. They're going for the damage, and that's it. Immortals take down, or 100 Thieves take down Immortals.
Teams tied in the standings, but it is 100 Thieves who comes out on top to move themselves out of that tie and up in the playoff race. One game left to play out. It's EG versus FlyQuest. EG with a very solid grip on this game, but FlyQuest has been putting up a fight.
45 health for the Zac, plus the Mountain Drake extra resist, plus the Mountain Soul Shield as well. And again, Triple gonna ulti someone and gonna get a QSS for his trouble. Yes, at this stage of the game, the ultimate cooldown is fairly low for Triple, but there's no follow-up. He is, in a lot of ways, one of the bigger damage threats on this team. In fact, with Revenge going GA 4th, I think he might be the best damage threat. But again, we've continually asked the question, how do you kill this Zac? And the answer is you don't. It's too hard. That's with the Executioners on Revenge. That's with the Morellos there for Mash. That's with having decent damage deals. I mean, it's not even a question of, do we have enough time? He can't even start a real fight. And it's not even on this objective. The jungler has abandoned everything but the team fight. Galio gonna charge in. Triple does actually kill 5-5, but it just doesn't matter. It's disgusting. EG gonna dive in and just take yet another team fight. And it is zooming around the team fights, knocking everybody up. Brandini's gonna scoop in for the secure when he can. Definitely flashed over the wall to kill Revenge, and he does thankfully win that 1v1. But that's a full-on ace for Evil Genius's Academy. And it's time to end the game. We don't need Older Dragon 2. We don't need another Baron. We're gonna TP in and finish off the bases. Finally, Evil Geniuses decisively win a full-on team fight. And it felt like FlyQuest Academy could do nothing about it. What a performance by EG. They'll get themselves out of the deadlock for now as they take down FlyQuest with a very cool comp.
FlyQuest was stubborn, but in the end, they will fall in that game there. EG now moving up to 7-6. Will feel good to separate themselves a bit in the standings as all of our Academy teams make that push towards playoffs. Thank you so much to Joshi and Cage in the Rage for helping out with tonight's games. Be sure to follow them on Twitter. We brought you all the Academy action we could fit into a single hour, but if you want to see any of those matchups from beginning to end, the full games will be available on our LOL Esports VODs and Highlights YouTube channel. Stay tuned, though, because we got one more game before we go off the air. DeMonte and Riv will join me on the couch to bring TSM versus C9. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.